Ладно, пойдемте внутрь. Пока что все мирно. Может быть, это синты-пацифисты какие-нибудь? Организовали секту.
Only opens with a key.
Да я без ключа любую дверь могу открыть. В чем проблема?
You know, when I first climbed this mountain above the fog, I thought to myself, now here is a metaphor worth taking in. You've entered a place of clarity, understanding, peace. While you're here in Acadia, Synthkind welcomes you as long as you welcome us.
Ладно, хоть в синты не предложил вступить. Я ищу Касуми.
I came here looking for Kasumi Nakano.
Really? I'm impressed. Few would brave the kind of journey you've had for the sake
Ну,
of
естественно,
someone
за
else.
деньги.
Kasumi is here. She's safe and unharmed, and you're free to see her if you'd like. Before you do, though, tell me, do you think Kasumi is a synth?
We're not answering any more questions until you play straight with us. Just who the hell are you, really? There's only one synth with that kind of face and a mind of his own. And I only see him when I look in a mirror.
Nick? It can't be you.
Don't give me that. What are you trying to pull? I've never seen you before in my life.
Please, if you're willing to give me a chance, I can explain.
Ну, может, пока не будем ругаться. Поговорим.
Is this a joke? Do you really know Nick?
Let me tell you what I know, and you can judge for yourself. We were prototypes, Nick. The first synths capable of independent thinking and judgment.
Keep talking.
One of the Institute's experiments had to do with how our brains could process personality. If we could handle individualized feelings and behaviors, I was allowed to develop mine based on experience. But with you, they wanted to try transferring an entire personality into you. It took several attempts before the personality imprint worked. I saw you wake up not knowing who or what you were so many times. I couldn't let them do it to you anymore. We were the only two prototypes they made. I literally saw myself in you. You were my brother, Nick. I helped you escape the Institute. We left together.
If I were your brother, I'd remember.
That's where you'd be wrong. This happened over a century ago. There's only so much memory that can fit into the prototype brains we have.
Ah, I've heard enough. I think you and I need to talk about this. Maybe not now, though.
Is it really possible that you wouldn't remember any of this?
You mean between the Institute failsafes, the beatings I've taken over the years, and plain old age? Or are you buying his whole "there's only so much room" of their argument? I don't know. It's not like we've got the instruction manual.
Ну так он твой брат или нет? Прямо какой-то индийский сериал начинается.
Nick, is he really your brother?
If he is, it's news to me. Can synths even be related? Just because we're from the same assembly line, does that make us family? I gotta think about this.
We need to get back to why we're here. Kasumi Nakano.
Nick, I don't need you to believe me. I'm just glad to see you again. Whenever you're ready, I'll be here. Now, about young Kasumi. It's important that you understand exactly why she's here. I asked you before if you think she's really a sin. If you could indulge me with an answer.
На провокационные вопросы не отвечаем. Она человек.
She's human, and she has a family waiting for her.
But imagine what it means if you're wrong. If Kasumi is a synth, then she doesn't have a family. She never had one. Think about how she must feel. None of us take this transition lightly. She's facing the possibility of her entire life being a lie, that someone stripped her very identity from her and made her into something she isn't. I want you to understand that before you see her. She has a chance here to live as a synth, not hiding, not pretending to be something else. One more question, if you'll indulge me. You're here for Kasumi, but I suspect there could be another reason you came to us. Tell me, are you a synth?
Слышь, Дима, не парь мне мозги.
No, but if I squint real hard in the mirror, sometimes I look like someone else.
I'm afraid when I try that trick, nothing really changes. I know it might seem impossible that you could be a synth, but tell me, what's the first thing you can remember?
Ну, началось.
I remember being in my house the day the bombs fell. We ran to the vault. We were frozen. I was the only survivor.
No memories before then? Just a single day, and then waking up alone? We so easily accept what's presented to us as the truth, don't we? Isn't it funny how a memory can feel like a whole different reality? People, places, even sounds and colors can change. Or someone else has changed them. I won't lie to you. There will always be other explanations. Trauma, disease, the background radiation. They all take their toll on the mind. But I can promise you that we will accept you, no matter what you decide you are.
Слушай, Димон, хорошая ты философия. Я не синт.
I'm not a synth. End of discussion.
I understand. I won't pry any further. Acadia is open to you. Feel free to walk the grounds. Introduce yourself to my co-founders, Faraday and Chase. Kasumi is usually working down below, whenever you wish to see her. Is there anything else you'd like to discuss before you go?
Интересно, а что, можно было себя синтом признать? И вступить в ихнюю секту? Тут все синты?
So everyone here in Acadia is a synth?
Yes. Either they were escapees we managed to find before the Institute could, or they were victims of a mind wipe, and we revealed the truth to them. You're from the Commonwealth, like Kasumi, yes? I'm sure you've had your own experiences with my kind.
Ну, Ник Валентайн,
Well,
например.
I know Nick, obviously.
Yes. Of course. What else can I do for you?
Отпусти девочку, и никто не умрет.
I should get going.
Of course.
Perhaps we're in there a long time. Are you feeling all right?
I'm fine. You worry too much.
А
Sometimes I
что,
feel like
если я
it's not
сейчас
enough. You know we blew 3 more
начну
relays.
стрелять? Мне показалось, что здесь
You'll see
Пейпер.
right there.
Женщина?
You
Вы
tracked
настоящая?
Kasumi here. I'm impressed. Perhaps not as quietly or efficiently as possible, but thankfully she was never in any real danger. I'm afraid your journey was unnecessary.
Это почему это?
You can't solve all the world's problems. Certainly not all at once.
Dearest Faraday.
miss out on a fun boat ride? Never.
Well, then at least you have the return trip to look forward to. Acadia is a safe haven for synths. Were it not, I would not have aided anyone in reaching it. Every synth I've tracked down, every synth convinced to come here, has been assured that he or she will come to no harm. My job is to make sure they all remain safe, no matter what. Understand?
How do you manage to track down synths and bring them here?
I have a network of contacts throughout the area. Some from my time with the Institute, some after. I know the Institute's tactics, and use that to my advantage. You have Dima's blessing, so by all means, make yourself comfortable.
Ты сама-то человек или кто?
So, what's your story?
I used to work for the Institute, returning synths that had escaped. I was tracking a synth and instead found Dima. He convinced me of the truth and the error of my ways.
Слушай, а ты там паренька молодого не знаешь? Шоном зовут. Что-то отметено где-то наверху.
Did you need something?
Ладно, оружием пока не будем бряцать. Он сказал, что она где-то внизу работает.
Can't pick this.
Что ж такое? Может, украсть ключ? Жалко, что я навык воровства вообще не прокачивал. Можно, наверное, спереть ключ у кого-нибудь и пройти. Слушай, Димон, ты же сказал, я могу везде тут походить, посмотреть, что дверь-то закрыты. Так. Я пройти не могу.
No way to pick this.
Как же мне попасть вниз?
So, you've talked to Dima. You know why we're here. I certainly hope that you'll consider helping us. Dima's vision is worth fighting for.
So, you're a synth?
I am. I hope that's not a problem for you. Dima has worked hard to create a place for us where we can be safe from those who don't accept us. He's put so much of himself into this, all his time and energy devoted to helping others. He never stops to think of himself. Sometimes I worry about, well, if I wasn't here to make sure his equipment is all functional. And that's not even mentioning maintaining the fog condensers. So many things to keep track of.
Насчет Димы, да, он за собой не следит. Мог бы уж давно эти лампы поменять.
Seems like he's lucky to have you helping.
Thank you. That's very kind.
Can you tell me about the fog condensers?
Oh, those? Dima and I designed them when it became clear the fog was only getting worse. They're effective, but have such a limited range. Dima insisted we provide them to the people of Far Harbor, and I'm so glad we did. Without the condensers, I'm not sure they'd have anywhere left.
Может помочь чем? А что за модификация у Димы?
Dima looks like he's had a lot of work done.
Well, that's certainly an understatement. Between the two of us, we've made so many modifications. He was just a prototype, never built for all this. It took a lot to overcome the limitations of the original design and expand his memory. It really is remarkable, isn't it? He's overcome so much. He's become so much more than he once was. And all he thinks of is others.
If there's anything I can do to help out, just let me know.
Well, if you're determined to help, there is something you could do. It's likely somewhat dangerous, though, so I understand if you'd rather not. There's a boat along the coast of the island. It was transporting some hardware we needed. Storage drives. The boat never finished the trip, you see, so the drives are still out there. I could really use them here for extra parts, if nothing else. My understanding is that the boat wrecked southwest of here, so does this sound like something you could handle?
What happened to the boat? Why didn't it make it?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Trappers, fog crawlers, there's no end to what's out there, and what might still be out there. The point is that we already lost someone once, and and I don't want to see that happen again. So, are you up for it?
Ну, деньги вперед.
I don't do much for free, Faraday.
Ah, right. Of course. I should have thought of that. How does 100 caps sound?
Ну, это несерьезно.
Didn't you say this might be dangerous? 100 caps seems a little light if danger's involved.
Well, yes, there is that possibility. Would 200 caps be more agreeable?
Нет. Как минимум 1000.
Faraday, come on. I want to help you, I really do. 200 caps is just, I mean, it's a little insulting.
Oh dear. I'm so sorry. Insulting you was not my intention. Is 300 caps less insulting? That's really about all I can spare.
Ну ладно, 300 так 300.
Sure thing, Faraday. I'll get the drives for you.
Thank you. I really do appreciate it.
Hey, let me ask you something.
Что не так, Валентайн?
Is something wrong?
Well, I sort of had the same question. It's just, with everything that's happened with you and your family, it's a whole hell of a lot to process. I wanted to make sure you're holding up all right.
Да у меня металлические нервы. А почему ты интересуешься, а?
Why do you ask?
I just had a hard go with the transition myself. Took me a long damn time to get a feel for this place. Thank goodness I found Diamond City. It's got its flaws, sure, but it beats the hell out of anywhere else in the Commonwealth. Of course, when I took up there back when, people were just as scared of the Institute as they are now. Maybe more. The massacre of the CPG was still pretty fresh in people's minds at that point, and folks were still losing sleep over the broken mask. Plenty of people assumed I was just a saboteur, moving in to melt down the reactor or poison the drinking water. But at the time, they couldn't exactly turn me away.
Прям похож на КПСС.
Broken mask?
This was long before I'd moved to town, but apparently some gentleman type shows up in Diamond City, heads down to Power Noodles. Guess he didn't like the food because he pulled his pistol and opened fire on the folks enjoying theirs. When security finally put enough holes in him to drop him, they say he was full of servos and sprockets, just like yours truly. Seems he malfunctioned, went berserk. It was the first time people realized that synths had stopped looking like me and started looking like them. Considering what these folks went through, I felt real lucky they let me in the front gate at all.
Why'd they let you in?
Because I'd rescued the mayor's daughter. Gal of about 15. Pride and joy of the mayor back then. Man by the name of Henry Roberts. The young Miss Roberts decided she'd run off with some caravan hand she'd, known for an evening. Turns out the guy was part of a gang of kidnappers. I didn't even know who I was rescuing, just stumbled on a crying girl and 4 toughs. I took her home and the mayor dubbed me a hero, offered me a place in town.
Слушай, Ник, это все очень занимательно, ну давай заканчивай.
Taking up in the city was tricky at first, but I never tried to hide what I was, and people seemed to warm to that.
Я рад за тебя. Ой, тяжело было на новом месте. Надо разговаривать с ним.
Was it hard settling in?
Yeah, they sure didn't make it easy. I started off doing the jobs no one else wanted. I got more banged up being Diamond City's handyman than I ever did living out in the ruins. But I guess folks never forgot I rescued the mayor's daughter, so they started coming to me when people went missing. Wife runs off with a new paramour and takes the rent money with her. Talk to the synth. An upset father decides moving him and the kids to Good Neighbor in the dead of night's not the worst damn idea since the bomb. Go get Nick. After a while, the jobs got... Hell, I was so happy to do
Я,
it.
ребят,
Months before
прокручиваю,
I never stopped being... It was about
потому что это как-то очень долго.
It took me a long story.
but I hope it helps.
Да, история долгая, действительно. Ладно, ты еще хуже болтун, чем Пеппер. Повезло же мне с напарниками.
Yes?
Ес, АБХС, где у вас здесь вход в подвал? Даже поспать нельзя. Если бы я знал, я бы закупился патронами. Вот патроны, если кончатся, что делать? Ребята, вот. Так, ладно, на самый нижний уровень идем. Нам нужно найти эту девицу. И надо ее уболтать с нами пойти. Так, а по карте здесь показывают? Ага, нам в эту сторону.
Circuitry is completely fried.
Это ты? Усини Накана.
Kasumi Nakano?
Maybe if I reroute the sensors? Sorry, I'm right in the middle of something.
Your parents sent me. They want you to come home.
They did what? You came all this way for me.
You left without telling your folks why. You must have known they'd be worried.
Look, my mom and dad, I mean, those people that were taking care of me, they wouldn't want me back. Not if they knew the truth.
Ты чё, реально себя синтом считаешь?
What do you mean?
I'm not their daughter. I'm a synth. I thought if I just left, it would be easier for them. How would that conversation have gone anyway? I've been lying to you this whole time? Your real daughter is dead and I replaced her?
Слушай, тут есть доктор. Даже несколько докторов, я их знаю. Они тебе помогут.
You haven't replaced anyone. Kenji and Rei are still your parents.
I really wish that was true. If I wasn't a synth, things would be so much simpler. Acadia isn't what I thought it was. There's more going on here than just the refuge. But I can't leave until I've gotten to the bottom of it. I've been running long enough.
Ты пойдешь со мной.
You're coming with me, Kasumi.
No, I can't. I'm sorry. But there's something terrible going on here, and I... Wait. You find things. Track down answers. That's what you do, right? That's why you came after me? What if I told you that there's a secret? A big secret here, on this island. Something way more important than just one lost girl.
Я обожаю секреты, давай.
All right, I'm listening.
Okay. Where to begin? You saw all those computers that Dima's hooked up to, right? They hold his memories, or offload data from his brain. Or maybe some combination of both? Well, Faraday asked me to help do some repairs on them, and, you know, I got curious. There's like a century's worth of life experiences in there. And that's when I see it. Data models Dima has been making. One was the fog taking over Far Harbor. Another was a nuclear detonation on the island. Plus, death counts. What if Dima is so open and welcoming because he's actually hiding something from us? A plan to wipe out the rest of the island.
We should get to the bottom of this. If Dima is putting on an act, we need to know.
Ну хорошо.
I'll help if I can. But that's not much to go on.
I know. I've been working on that, but I haven't had much luck. I keep seeing Dima, Faraday, and Chase head into the laboratory at the other end of the hall. Then they come out later looking like they've been arguing. There's actually a storage space right next to there. It'd be a perfect spot to hide and eavesdrop. But it's been locked up. I've also tried breaking into Faraday's terminal, since he and Dima are so close, but the security on it is crazy.
В принципе, я могу взломать терминал. Можно, конечно, и разговор подслушать. Нет, давайте терминал взломаем. У меня прокачан этот перк.
Step aside and let the master hacker show you how it's done.
If you're sure. Good luck. Once you have something, let me know.
From one case to a new one. It's never easy for us, is it?